guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Melinda. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys my entire curly hair journey. So first of all, my first disclaimer is I do have wavy hair, but I kind of use the terms curly and wavy interchangeably. So please don't correct me in the comments. I know my hair is wavy, but I'm in a habit of saying curly hair. And I kind of feel like waves are just a loose curl. So it's like kind of the same, but I do feel like I have like 2A slash some 2B curl slash waves. So that's where my hair is at. You can kind of see it, judge for yourself. But I just want to kind of go over my entire journey with figuring out that I actually had curly slash wavy hair, because I truly did not know that I did. And I just thought that my hair was chaotic and tingly and frizzy and obnoxiously like thick and coarse, and I just didn't really know what to do with it. So I'm hoping that maybe this video can help some of you guys if you're kind of feeling like a little bit in the same boat, like your hair is just out of control and you don't know why when you straighten it, it's not as perfectly silky and smooth as these girls with naturally straight hair. So if you're interested in hearing my story, then just keep watching. So another thing, I actually got this idea from Taylor Louse, I believe is how you pronounce her name. So I will be linking her video down below. And all of her old pictures that she shared, she literally looks the exact same. She looks so pretty. My pictures are not gonna look as good as hers. I was struggling in like middle school and high school, and I look like a crazy person in some of these pictures. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So when I was growing up, I don't think I even knew that people could have naturally curly or wavy hair. Like when I grew up in high school, the trend was to just straighten your hair. No one really curled it. If they did, it was probably with like a wand and it looked really bad, but pretty much everyone straightened their hair. So by default, I did too. My mom had curly hair, but she would just get it permed like however often. And so I knew that it wasn't her natural hair texture, but come to find out, she actually does have wavy hair, but she was just getting it permed, I guess, for like more volume and more of a curl pattern. So I knew she was doing that, but I didn't know that we all actually had like a little bit of a curl pattern to our hair. So I just continued to straighten my hair. I put heat on my hair every single day, and it makes me cringe a little bit now, knowing what I know and knowing that I can have hair that looks like this with absolutely no heat damage. So yeah, I would wake up every single morning before school, like 2 hours before I had to go to school, and I would blow dry and straighten my hair. I would do that every single day. Y'all, my hair was so dead. Oh my gosh. I had split ends. It was so gross. It was not cute. I mean, my hair looked good, but my hair was so damaged. Like I would literally sit there in class and like pull out my split ends. Did anyone else do that? Am I gross? So the way that I discovered that I have wavy hair, I literally owe it all to one of my friends. Her name is Emily, and she was like my best friend in high school, and she started wearing her hair like naturally wavy, and I was like, how are you doing that with your hair? And she was like, oh, it just dries this way. I was like, what do you mean it dries this way? Like when my hair dries, it's freaking a frizzy mess. She was like, no, trust me, like your hair might be wavy too, just let it air dry. I was like, no, you don't understand. If I let my hair dry, it's gonna be out to here. It's gonna be so frizzy and insane. She's like, no, just trust me. Like just add a little bit of hairspray, let your hair air dry, don't blow dry it. And I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. I think it was like a weekend, so I didn't really care. I didn't have anywhere to be. So I sprayed my hair down with a bunch of hairspray, and I just sat there and let it air dry. Sure enough, like probably 10 hours later, because I have insanely thick hair and it takes that long for it to dry, my hair had a little bit of a wave, and my mind was seriously blown. I'm gonna I'm gonna put up my very first picture that I took after my hair was dried. I was literally so shocked. I'm pretty sure I took this picture and then put it on Facebook immediately because I was so proud that I had a little wave. Like I was so happy. So the difference was that I thought my hair was so frizzy when it would dry naturally because I would blow dry it. And even now, if I just blow dry my hair out, it gets like out to here, has no definition. I didn't realize you had to add product and like help it out a little bit, you know? So when I just like didn't touch my hair and let it dry and had like a little bit of a holding product in there to actually like keep my pattern, I actually had waves. Like who knew? I was so pumped though, because this gave me a little bit of an easier hair routine, I guess, because I didn't have to wake up 2 hours early every single day for school if I didn't want to in order to just do my hair. Like I could literally roll out of bed, wash it, and then go to school, and it could air dry throughout the day. So once I figured out that I had a little bit of a wave pattern, like I said, I would kind of let my hair air dry just for convenience sake. If I was just like feeling lazy or not in the mood to heat style my hair and like go through the full routine, it was a really awesome option to have, but I did not fully commit to having my hair natural. I still really love the way that my hair looks straightened. I loved how smooth it looked, how manageable it was, and again, that was still the really trendy way to just wear your hair. So I did continue to straighten it, and from these pictures that I'm gonna be putting up on the screen, you can tell that my hair was just kind of like, it just barely had a curl pattern to it. Like it was very, very loose waves, very subtle. And as you can see, my hair now, I have a lot more definition in my hair. And yeah, I just wasn't taking care of my hair. I was still putting heat on it, and that was just really, really damaging my little bit of a curl pattern that I did have. So my first piece of advice to you, if you feel like you have like crazy, unmanageable, uncontrollable hair, and you feel like you might have a little bit of a curl or a wave to your hair, is to stop using heat immediately. Just for a short period of time, like maybe 2 months or something, just let your hair air dry. We're in quarantine right now, so no one's gonna see your hair. It's a perfect time to experiment with your curly hair journey. So let your hair air dry, give it a break from the heat, and see if it can kind of revive your curls a little bit. So again, back to these pictures, my hair also just looks kind of like wet and crunchy. I'm sure I was probably using mousse. That's like, for some reason, the only hair product that was an option. It was like hairspray and mousse in my head. Obviously there are probably other products on the market, but for some reason everyone was using mousse, so I used mousse, and my hair was like, it just looked gross. It wasn't like soft looking curls. Like maybe the crunchy curl was in, I'm not really sure, but that's what I was going for apparently, and I liked it, so it's fine. So I basically just continued to go back and forth between the two styles, like straightening it or wearing it natural, just based on whatever mood I was in that day. So I have a bunch of pictures where there are some days where my hair looks a little bit better than others, and I kind of had more of a definition and a stronger curl to my hair, but then other days where it was just extremely, extremely loose waves, just again because I kept putting heat on it. And at the time I didn't know that adding heat to my hair would actually ruin my curl pattern, but I also didn't know my hair's potential. So I didn't know until like a few years later that my hair could even be this curly. I just thought that, like, I was pumped with that little bit of wave that I had because it was the first time I had ever seen it, and I just thought that that was my hair pattern and that's what I had to work with, and I was totally happy with that. Like, I didn't think that if I improve some techniques in my hair care routine that I could actually get more of a curl. So then my mom actually got remarried to my stepdad, and he was using hair products in his hair because he had naturally curly hair, and the name of the product was Curls Rock Amplifier. So it was a curl enhancer. I'd never heard of a product like that before, and he said he really, really loved it. So I started trying it for my hair, and it was so amazing. This was the first time that I really started using products that were specifically for like bringing out the most definition out of your curls and then giving it a little bit of hold, and my hair loved it. Like, it gave me so much definition, and I started really getting a little bit more of definition, like smooth little curls where it actually was looking like I took a curling wand and like curled my hair, you know? It wasn't just these like little tiny waves. Like, I was getting actual little spirals a little bit, and it was making me so happy. So once I found that product, I was obsessed with that, and it was making me love my hair even more because it was just looking the best that it ever had. I had a ton of definition and I was really loving it. And then on top of that, and I really, really wanted to make sure my hair looked perfect, because if you do have curly or wavy hair, you know that your curl pattern is kind of unpredictable, and sometimes it looks really good and then sometimes it's like, what the heck is going on? And it was just nice to like switch it up for a special event. So I would use heat on my hair then, but that was truly like maybe once every 4 months that I was actually putting heat on my hair. So I was just seeing a lot of benefits from not using heat. I love the way my curls were starting to look, and my hair would also last a lot longer. Like, I don't know, I was just getting into a really good routine with my natural hair. Like, I could style it one day and my curls were lasting for a solid 5-ish days without getting crimped and all jagged and jacked up. And then my scalp wasn't getting oily. It was making my getting ready process so much faster because I literally did my hair once a week and it lasted until the next week. And the products I was using were really good. My hair wasn't getting frizzy or anything. So I was just like living the dream. My hair was looking amazing. I was super happy. My hair was growing very fast and I just absolutely loved how my long curly hair was looking. Like, oh my gosh, it was just so beautiful. So it was all fun and games until one day, I do not know what happened. My hair just lost its mind and it started getting so frizzy, so unmanageable, and I was getting so frustrated. So like I said, I used the same product that my stepdad recommended to me for like 6 years, no joke. And just one day, my hair, I applied it the same way I always did. I let it dry and my hair got frizzy. I was like, what the heck is happening? So the next time I showered, I made a point to add a little bit more product to my hair. I was like, maybe my hair just like grew a little bit, needs a little bit more product, you know, whatever. No, still got frizzy. So this went on for about 2 months and I could not figure out what was going on. I tried adding a few different products, nothing was working. I was just getting so frustrated. My hair, I felt like it just always looked bad. Like sometimes the top of my head has always had the most definition and then sometimes the bottom will be a little bit straighter or a little bit frizzier, but it like all of my hair was barely having any curl definition and it would just be like a big chunk of frizzy hair and it was frustrating me so much because I loved my hair. At this point, I've been wearing my hair natural for like 6 or 7 years. I was really loving the results I was getting. And so for my hair texture to just totally change out of nowhere, it was really upsetting for me. And I was getting like so mad. I could not figure out what it was. So that's when I started doing a little bit of research on YouTube and I started looking into the curly girl method. So basically the curly girl method promises to basically moisturize your hair and bring your hair and your curl pattern back to health and just really improve the texture, decrease frizz, and just basically all the good things like add shine, add definition. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, this is exactly what I need. So spoiler alert, I do not like the Diva Curl method. I tried it for a solid like 5 or 6 months. Now I'll be honest, I got a little bit lazy with reading ingredients. I already have to be very strict with ingredients in my diet and I am like not in the mood to add having to read every ingredient on beauty products into my routine as well. It's very frustrating. It's very annoying that we have to do all this research ourselves as consumers. I want every product on the shelf to be good for my hair and I shouldn't have to do the research on every ingredient. That's frustrating to me. So I did get a little bit lazy, but I would just take curly girl videos and just take their product recommendations and then go and buy those products and use them for myself. It was not helping my hair. My hair was still extremely frizzy and it was starting to get weighed down. I couldn't find the right products that were strong enough and moisturizing enough to prevent the frizz and seal in my hair without weighing down my roots and like getting it oily. Like I said, I tried it for a little bit, kind of lazily, but it just wasn't really working for me. I know a lot of you are probably gonna say like you have to really commit. I'm not in the mood. I just like the curly girl method is not for me. So anyways, I tried all this stuff for maybe a year or two and I could not get my curls back. They were not looking good at all. It was just frizzy and I was sick of it. So I chopped my hair off completely because I was looking back through my old pictures and when my hair was about the length that it is now, that was when I had the best curl definition. So I was like, okay, I have a solution. I'm chopping my hair off. Once it's short, like I thought maybe the weight of the length of my hair was just stretching my curls out and it couldn't just form a wave basically. So I was like, okay, I am gonna chop my hair off and it's gonna solve all my problems and then I'll just like start over. My hair's gonna look great when it's short. Boy, was I wrong. I chopped my hair off and I lost all curl definition. My hair was practically straight. It looked like I took a straightener and curled it straight under. Like that was the extent of my wave or of my curl pattern. I was so upset. So this was like all these pictures. I just spit so much. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Okay, anyways. All of these pictures that I'm putting up on the screen right now are with my hair styled with my curly hair products or whatever. Like this was me trying to have wavy hair and it was not happening. My hair looks like I literally ran a heat tool over it and straightened out all of my wave pattern. Like I was so frustrated. Okay guys, so sorry, my SD card got full, so I had to restart. But anyway, so I was just saying, so I just cut off 10 inches of my hair in the hopes that it would kind of like bounce bounce my curls back up and my waves would come back. And so I was really, really frustrated at this point that my hair literally went the exact opposite way. And now I really couldn't figure out what was going on because I was using all the right products that had worked for me before. I literally went back to the same products I was using when I like first started my curly hair journey, and they were working for me when I had shorter hair. They weren't working for me now, and so I was getting frustrated. So the only thing I knew to do was to experiment with different products, which is where my video comes in. I will link it in the card. The video is titled How I Got My Curls Back, and I found this magical product. You'll have to go watch that video to see what it is, but it literally saved my curls. I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for the girl that made the video that recommended the product to me. I cannot remember her name. If I remember it, I'll link her video down below. But yeah, so I'll take another second just to encourage you again that if you're struggling and you are like losing your curl pattern, just keep trying out products. That's really all you can do, and just keep doing what you know to do. So after I started using that product and my hair started looking good again, my waves and my curls were kind of starting to come back. They were coming back for day 1 and then a little bit on day 2, but it got to a point where my curls were falling out the next day. So I would style my hair one day and the next day they were either completely like bent out of shape or just stretched out and completely straight again. So again, I was very confused by this because before, if you remember, I said I could wear my natural hair for like 5 days and I didn't have to do anything to it. And now I was literally losing all of my definition just sleeping on it one time. So that was really frustrating. And so I had been talking for a while saying that if I ever cut my hair off, I was gonna go blonde just because it's less hair to bleach, less damage if I screw it up. And I just always wanted to try blonde. So I was like, okay, people typically do warn you not to bleach your natural hair because it can ruin your texture. It can straighten your curls out or your waves out a little bit more. However, I kind of was starting to realize that the reason my curls or my waves were falling out the next day was because my hair was over moisturized. And I realized that because once I started adding in protein treatments, it was helping get my texture back a little bit, but then it would still kind of fall out again. And so I felt like my hair was just overly moisturized. I wasn't even using conditioner. I could literally just get in the shower, wash it, and get out, and it felt like I did a deep conditioning treatment. That did not used to be the case. When I had long hair, I would spend about 5 to 10 minutes detangling my horribly knotted hair in the shower. So like I said, I was just realizing my hair was extremely over moisturized. And if your hair is like that, it does tend to not hold a curl as well. So I was like, maybe if I start bleaching my hair, which I did go slowly, it took me about 2 years to get to this point. So go slowly, don't be dumb, don't lift it all in one day if you're as dark as I am. But I was like, maybe if I add a little bit of bleach to my hair, it'll dry it out a little bit and give me some curl definition back. I don't know if that's scientifically true, don't listen to me, but it worked. So I started bleaching my hair and my curl pattern started holding a little bit better there for a little bit. For about 6 months after bleaching, my hair would last for a few days, and then like 6 months later, it wasn't doing that again. I was having to refresh every day, which is why I made this video on how to refresh my curls. It's just been a freaking roller coaster, but now I'm realizing that if I use protein on day 1, then my hair will last a lot longer. So that being said, if you're interested in seeing my curly hair routines or product recommendations, I do have a bunch of videos. I will link them all down below. I have my favorite products. I have my winter curly hair favorites and all kinds of stuff. So you guys can get a few different recommendations based on what you think your hair needs. So now I'm here. This is what my hair looks like right now. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I'm completely in love. I could not be happier with my curls, to be honest with you. I love everything about them. They're not perfectly even. It may look like that on camera, but they're not. I do have curlier sections here and then like some straighter sections, but overall, I absolutely love my hair pattern. I'm not using heat on my hair. I'm kind of going back to the thing of only using it for special occasions. And even then, honestly, like I love my natural hair just as much as I love it curled. I rarely use heat. I maybe use heat on my hair once every 4 months. I'm still not following the curly girl method. Like I said, I kind of watch girls that do stick to that method, and then I'll use some of those products. But if they say, by the way, this product is not curly girl method approved, but I still love it, I will still try it. I'm not strict to that system, and I'm loving the results that I'm having. So yeah, that completes this video, you guys. I'm sure this was an incredibly long video, but I just wanted to share a little bit of my journey with you guys and encourage you if you are struggling with like extremely frizzy hair, maybe you have a little bit of a curl or a wave texture that you were unaware of, and I would encourage you to apply a little bit of styling products, let your hair air dry, and see what happens. You may be starting your own curly hair journey. So I will be posting a bunch more curly hair related videos in the future. So if you're interested in seeing those, definitely subscribe. I would love to have you. I absolutely love making YouTube videos and just recommending products and helping people figure out solutions to problems that they're having, like curly hair struggles, for example. So if you're interested in more curly hair or wavy hair related content, definitely subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hello. Like, I had split ends. I think I just spit. So I was super so blah blah.